Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome onto my channel today, and it gives me great joy to observe you are viewing this video. I'm Dr. Olayinka Akanle. I'm a lecturer in the university. I'm a migration expert. There's a new development I want to share with you very quickly to be guided in the visa systems so that you can make informed decisions and know what is happening. That's why I'm dropping this video. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly go ahead and click subscribe on your screen right now. Tap subscribe on your screen right now for wonderful contents that are very useful for you. So the title of this video is Canada cancels visitor visa to work permit policy. There's a policy that was introduced in August 2020, around the time of COVID-19, which since then, allows visitors in Canada, people who migrate to Canada since then till now, to convert their visitor visa to work permit. That means even if you enter Canada with visitor visa, rather than visiting alone, you might be allowed to convert your visitor visa to work permit to work. And thousands of people have benefited from this. It was actually meant to ease and make life easy for people in Canada who decided to visit Canada during the COVID-19, but they were trapped there because of travel restrictions on account of COVID. So since they were there, the Canadian government innovated the policy to allow people there to work so that they could survive during that time. And since then, the policy, has been allowed to stay even until now. Meaning, if you move to Canada on visitor visa, you can convert to work permit. And a lot of people are taking advantage of this. But Canada is now saying, enough is enough. We're not going to allow these policies anymore. This policy, they believe, is being abused. There are some bad actors, according to the Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, who believe there are some bad actors who have been taking advantage of this policy to convert visitor visa to work permit, who have been abusing the system, and they want to recalibrate their system in a way that it protects the integrity and sanctity of the immigration system, protect Canada and Canadians, from abuse or, through this policy. So, and don't forget, this is a situation where Canadian government, like some other governments of the world, UK's, recently stopped, allowing immigrants to come with their dependents. A lot of EU countries are already taking some steps to minimize, immigration. Australia has done something similar to that. So Canada now is taking a lot of steps, measures to curb immigration, which I think it has a lot of consequences for poor countries or developing countries, Africans, Asians, people from Caribbeans across the world who are going to these countries to work. Just recently, a few days ago, Canadian government also, introduced a new policy that will leave at least around 70,000 international students stranded. And just a few days ago, this led to, instantaneous protests among, international students in Canada who believe this will trap them in the system. Now, suddenly, now again, Canadian government is saying, no, we're going to stop immigrants who are in Canada from converting their visitor visa to work permit. They are in Canada, they should visit and leave. We're not going to allow them again to convert. And this is the serious, and to let you know how urgent and serious this policy is. The policy was, normally should end by, 28th of February 2025. 28th of February 2025. This is when this policy is supposed to end. But now they're saying, no, we are even fast-tracking the cancellation, the stoppage of this policy, even ahead of time. So now, since 28th of August 2024, they stopped this, they canceled this policy. That just a few days ago, like 2 days ago. So they stopped this policy now, and they are publicizing it that people should know. And that's why I'm sharing this with you, so that you can educate others and educate yourself. That now, since 28th of August 2024, anybody that enters Canada, with visitor's visa will not be allowed to convert the visitor's visa to work permit. That's a serious one that's possible. It's going to affect a lot of people who move to Canada. But they're not saying, okay, if there are some people who have converted their work permit to visitor's visa, for whatever reason they have done that. So that if they have done that in the last 12 months, they can still apply to work legally in Canada while their new work permit is still being processed. That means if you have been in Canada, and you have converted your work permit to visitor's visa in the last 12 months, for whatever reason, you can still apply to work legally. It will not affect you while they are considering the work permit you are now trying to convert to again. That means maybe you originally you had work permit previously, you converted to visitor's visa, then you now want to convert back to work permit. So that if you have done that in the last 12 months, but your application is still being processed, no problem. You can still apply, to work legally while your application is still being processed. This is a serious issue, as countries continue to innovate approaches to believe that there's a need to recalibrate their immigration policies to affect, negative experiences in Canada and to minimize influx of immigrants. And don't forget, Canada has been experiencing a lot of influx of immigrants because Canada is one of the best destinations. One can move to the culture, the opportunities, the environment, the integration, and the work and flexible and friendly visa regime. But now Canada is saying, wait a minute, we've got to think twice about about our immigration system and recalibrate. And they believe that visitor visa to work permit is actually one of the reasons people move to Canada seriously. It's easier to get visitors visa. So once they get it, they just move to, people just come into Canada and begin to convert to work permit. It's more difficult to get PR, point-based system and work permit, but easier. And you're going to have extended duration even with the visitor visa. So why not get that one, then get there, convert to work permit, then from there become citizen, Canadian. But now the Canadian government has now cancelled, the visitor visa to work permit policy, and it's good for us to know this. Till I see you in my next video, kindly click subscribe, tap subscribe on your screen, and share this video as well as possible. People need to know this so that people don't make mistakes as they are trying to immigrate into Canada. Till I see you in my next video. Bye for now.